Hey, what's up, guys? It's Woodskimp here, and today I'm going to bring you guys another video. And this is on today is the release of two episodes of the Halo Season 2 show, Paramount TV, whatever. And I want to bring you guys for my thoughts on what I saw because I just finished viewing them. And my history with the show is I saw it day one when it released back in 2022, March, I think, and my like impressions were like it was a little bit off. It was a little bit sweet at first, but then as soon as like what happened in the like later half of season one is just really a bit concerning, and it got a lot of bad PR press, and so hopefully I can bring some gratitude and good news that season two does come start off extremely strong and something I don't usually give out really lightly. I mean, I could like eat my own words, but compared to what season one was, the start off, it was like much more better. To give you a good sense of what was going on, I had taken down notes I draw while watching the first two episodes, and there have been like some really impressive like most notable things I saw from the first and second episode. So if you haven't seen them yet, I recommend you go watch them first and then come back to the video when you have. But other than that, I'm going to get into a little spoiler territory since now um, they released the two episodes today, and I can't use Paramount footage because of the whole copyright system. So I'm going to tell you guys like what I saw and my thoughts, impressions as a Halo fan on the series. So so in the first episode, um, it starts with like easy tension, like the Covenant is coming to reach, but we don't know where exactly. It's been like that in the general Halo universe, like ever since the start of the war in like 2525 when it started at Contact Harvest, which by the way, they did mention Harvest and they did mention Madrigal, so there is some little novel Easter eggs in there, good sweets for everybody. Um, the fighting scenes in this game in the season two are still pretty good. They're still really Halo like material worthy, like very awesome and epic, especially the way the Spartans are animated and like the choreograph. It's like really gritty and like really dark and just like really like Halo. Like I can't like think of other words to describe it other than like it's pretty entertaining and pretty cool. Um, it's got some humor to it. There's like good Spartan banter. It feels natural. It feels really like normal for like Spartans to banter back to each other. So the whole um, gist with the first and second episodes is there's Silver Team who are having to deal with like constant struggles between themselves and other Spartan teams as well as Oni, and it's been like a lot of bad PR, like sort of military propaganda that like these Spartans are so brave going out there fighting the Covenant. Meanwhile, these Marines who have fought the Covenant are like really shocked and they're like really scared of what they just saw because keep in mind they're not Spartans. They're like you and me, but like except like a lot more disciplined and they haven't like easily killed a like an elite before like single handedly. So it's been like this whole like PR like military drama within, and also that gets involved with Oni politics or Oni Y, Oni I, as Ackerson, the new character in charge of, or I think he represents Oni, says in the show. It's always been pronounced Oni. I think it's never been O N I unless you're just like spelling it out loud. It's just kind of weird. Um, Basically, what happened is Dr. Halsey's taken into custody and a lot is going on, and then you got like three subplots going on. So you got Quan He who having to deal with like living on the rubble and like her whole like indentured servitude. Then you got like the fight for Dr. Halsey, especially for Soren 066, who's like the leader of the rebel. And then you got like silver teams. like own personal like struggles, especially Rez, who like is dealing with constant pain as a Spartan. She has to go like get help from like PT, physical therapy, by the way, because like not all Spartans are like what they seem to be. They're like they may seem strong and like invincible, but some of them, like at least from the novels, from a general sense, if you ever read them, they're like easily broken. They're like mentally scarred somewhat, and they're not really entirely invisible, but they still like suffer a lot of drawbacks and consequences from such augmentations. So the whole Oni politics conflict is like the PR between how the media perceives Spartans and what actually is going behind the scenes. If you know like what's going, it's kind of like a semi-interesting thing going on. Listening into that. But other than that, the action scenes are still there, and we already see a few instances with the Covenant. So like at the beginning of season 1, at a remote colony called Sanctuary, where Master Chief and them take track down like a incoming Covenant invasion, and you see like the ships glassing down the planet. It's just like very hot, and it's just like dramatic, and it's like very terrifying, especially like if you ever been near like metal and lava that like and all that. It's really terrifying. Um, the dialogue is much better compared to season 1. It's much more well written, and the way like characters like convey themselves. And the thing with Master Chief in this season is he's prone to like dealing with so much stress as a leader, and like how he's gonna try to like handle the imminent approach of Covenant Reach, along with making sure that his team and anyone he sees about like going up against the Covenant, like he wants to protect them. He's like a lot more sympathetic towards the Marines and other Spartans. So that's like a whole new aspect about the character, like that Pablo Schreiber portrays as, and it's like somewhat realistic because indeed Master Chief does care about people in the books, and then the games. It's just like there's like a lot more emphasis on the player. Like what can they do in the story, and what can Master Chief do on his own terms. So yeah, first impressions, things have been really good. There aren't any like nitpicks there, although there is a criticism that I did find Quan subplot breaks the pacing and ruins like the it. I wouldn't say like ruin, but just like rather like stop the pacing of the storyline just to like focus on like one thing or another. Because you got like the story like focusing on like multiple parts of characters and like what they're doing. I'm not like a TV writer or anything, so I don't know what I'm talking about. This is just from a perspective of a Halo fan and enjoy who likes to like watch like it fighting scenes and like action going on. And I can say for say, yeah, there is some of that, and it's just like really impressive, especially at the end when they mentioned Visegrad Relay and Sword Base. So if you ever played Halo Reach, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's gonna be a thing. Oh yeah, one thing to note is the intro music for season 2 is phenomenal. It is like I was getting up when I heard the Halo 2 like remakes, like main menu brought into there. It was just like yes, it's like thank you. It's like that's how you gravitate like the attention of the hardcore fans is if you like do that sort of like eye candy like fan service thing, which is just like very awesome. um they still mention or talk about McKay, the stupid Covenant spy, so that's kind of a bit of a concerning thing. If you know what happened in season 1, then yeah, you really know what happens. Um so far, yeah, the show has been starting off pretty good. I like humbly gave like both season 1 and 2 a 7 or 8 out of 10. I'm not saying like it's a masterpiece or anything, but it's just it's better than what happened in season 1. And for the rest of the seasons, I expect them to at least make the downfall of Reach much more impactful and like much more devastating, and sends a message of this is how strong the Covenant are. They're ruthless. They are reckoning. They are a force to be reckoned with. Like if they don't do that, then how are they gonna how are they gonna portray something so significant in the books and the games in the lore wise to like announce to the audience like, hey, this is the new threat we are going up against. Humanity is losing the war. What can we do? We barely defended a planet. What are we gonna do? And if like later half of the season, if they ever decide to land on the reach, I'm sorry, if they ever decide to land on the ring, then they need to really emphasize on the original source material novels and the games because Halo is not only just like a weapon, it's also a setting to a setting, you know. So like Reach was the first setting and then Halo was the second setting. And what happens in the second setting is Master Chief and the remnants of the Pillar of Autumn land on the ring. They fight Covenant for survival, and then they go on a quest to figure out the purpose of said ring. Like, what is this ring for? Is it a homeworld? Is it a military construct? And then you found out it's a weapon. I'm like, oh, okay. For what exactly? And they gotta really emphasize on building the tension to the Flood because the Flood are like an evil beyond evil. They are like the most like devastating, parasitical like thing ever created by the Forerunners to like destroy all that we know as life. And if Halo's ring, then they need to like emphasize that it is not to be tread lightly, it is to be like handled with ease. So if they ever go that direction, I mean, good luck to the writers and everybody, but try for now. Like, let's try to keep our expectations like subpar low, you know, because of after what happened with season 1 with the PR and the whole "keep your helmet on, Master Chief" and all that. Like, you know, um, I think they really should like focus on Reach first before we get to that bridge, you know, with Halo. But yeah, they make it seem like it's very epic and intense and like intriguing that like now the Covenant are on Reach and how are we gonna like prepare ourselves for that, you know? So those are my thoughts. There's not much I can like explain without having to spoil a lot of it. You just have to like go see it yourself, you know, like keep in like go in with a fresh new mind, like look at it from a new perspective, like saying, okay, this is a soft reboot of season 1. Nothing in season 1 ever happened. This is what actually happens, you know. And it's fair to say to give them a second chance because I mean it's really hard to adapt like the source of a franchise into adaptation with good faith and how things are. But yeah, I could say with some optimism that it did really start off really good, and it's not gonna like plummet downfall unless something really bad happens later on in the future. I don't know. I could be eaten by whole worlds. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I just want to give my thoughts and impressions on the first 2 episodes of the Halo season 2 episode or the Halo season 2 Paramount TV show, and so far it's a pretty good first impressions. I mean, well, it just we just have to wait and see like what happens next, you know. So don't keep your hopes up, don't keep your like expectations like very high. Like try to keep them subpar low. And with that, I got to end the video, and I'll see you guys later. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell for new videos when I get to making them. So yeah, that's about it, guys. This is Woodscamp, and see ya.